Hello, Oksana.
Hi, Efisia.
Hello. Basically, today is the number 64 cycle of investigation with the CG Academy. And
Mm-hmm.
yes, my name is Efisia Lupino, and you are my support
Oksana Buchanan.
operator today.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay. So, are you to navigate?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I will going to count to 10 to 1 and to make you relax. So close your eyes and take a long, deep breathing from your nose and out from your mouth. Okay. Then you're going to feel very relaxed. Follow the sound of my voice, and you get deeper and deeper into relaxation. 9. Down of your face, throat, shoulder. Relax. 8. More and more relaxed. Down and deeper. 7. Heavy and relax. Down of your stomach and legs. 6. More and more relaxed, and this deeper sensation that's drag you down and deeper and deeper. 5. Down and deeper, and you can feel your legs heavy, each leg very heavy, and drag you down through your foot with this sensation or deep, deep relaxation. 4. 3. Deeper and deeper. 2 and 1. Okay, Oksana, I will start with the first question, which it is: what do you sense or envision about the word third eye?
like a portal to space, like a
Mm-hmm.
portal to this huge field of information, and like a connection to your own self, big energy that is controlling or imagining everything you are in different lives,
Mm-hmm.
like access to that information. But it's not only third eye; it's the whole head area. Like the physical brain is just like starting from here, going up here, like that.
Mm.
Yeah, like a telescope inside your head that connects everything, all the knowledge and experience, and then brings it there, and you get what you need, the information from up there, and goes like an exchange if it's open, and constant circulation of information.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay. Is that's all, or we can carry on with the next question?
yeah, that's pretty much all.
Okay. Connect to the word pineal gland. What can you sense or envision?
I almost feel like we have an overlay of it, and original human had a little different build or structure of it. It's almost like the whole body was like a pineal gland, this sensitive, but it's something related to the laws of the universe that you have to leave the connection. It's impossible not to, because otherwise they wouldn't be able to. We wouldn't be able to function or charge up our bodies to function in this physical world. That they left this one little part called pineal gland in us, even though before I feel like we were much more sensitive, and this pineal gland was just literally the whole body was like a big pineal gland. Um, and now we have overlay over it that physical body has at birth, but you can remove it when you wake up, when your brain starts, when the impulses through the neurons start uh, going different ways, when you open up passages that are blocked
Mm-hmm.
by the almost like by the outside matrix technologies, news media, growing up, schools, programming, everything of that keeps it blocked until you consciously decide to open it.
Mm-hmm.
Because for some reason I see like a human here, we're so little, and there's a regional human that's so big, and he has almost like a semi-transparent forehead that is protrudes like this. It's much bigger and taller, and he like able to scan the environment and is truly connected to his other selves in the parallel universes
Mm.
through that area there. It's like um, with the energies flow in the body, and this is like a big nod that all the energies go to that.
Okay.
Mm,
All right. Interesting.
Yeah, it's almost like the pineal gland is not the right name for it. It's like a sensitivity uh, energy nodule of the body or something. That some people have it closed, others open.
Okay.
Like my little portal of the body when I go into trance. Yeah, I use it. Because I feel the focus of my energy here, you know. So, and that because the energy circulates here very fast, it's concentrated here like during the session. Because all my vital energy in the body goes here because it's needed to open doors to different dimensions, read informational fields, and my brain functions better because it has to use the language and keep the rational part at certain level to be able to use my language at the
Okay.
same time.
Okay. Is anything else you want to add, or is fine like that?
No, nothing else.
Okay. What characteristic properties conditions are connected to this endocrine gland?
Characteristics. When you were saying, asking the question, I saw like my body is like a house.
Hmm.
It housing the energy of a soul, and the pineal gland is like the roof. When I decide that um, I am I'm bored with this game because it's not interesting for the soul. It's too technological for me. I just
Mhm.
open the roof of my house and I am semi non-present in the body, but in space and other lives, more connected to other lives. I was like 1 foot there, 1 foot here, not anymore completely in the body, 100%.
Mhm.
The characteristics is that you can it's like a key to opening portals leading to other dimensions, universes, galaxies, to the informational field, the magnetic field of the earth that keeps your body here, and then with the third eye you launch yourself up to the
Mhm.
electric field of information up there that you feel very comfortable in because your soul kind of belongs there. Here it's like artificial environment for the soul. I just see it's like two different fields that we're in. It's like you took a fish and put it in the sand. That's how our soul feels here, like in the desert, but it needs water and water is up there. How do you get to water? You have a bridge, third eye connecting you to it.
Okay. When you say the artificial connection environment,
Artificial
sorry,
environment, yeah.
yeah, is here in the earth.
Yeah, because
Mm.
when I go on to this, like I explore third eye and connection, I feel so like in the flow of energies when I go up there
Mhm.
in the space, like we call it space. And here I feel so uncomfortable in the body at that moment. When I go up there, I totally understand how we have this almost like a conflict in between the physical and non-physical throughout life, unless we wake up and can balance two parts and do our best to go through life that
Mhm.
way balanced, because otherwise you're always in the conflict and people don't understand why they're always uncomfortable with themselves, don't like themselves internally, It's because their soul is like in the rebellion mode because it has somebody's controlling it, and it's not your natural environment with all these algorithms, codes. It's like I don't like math. If somebody put me in the classroom and taught me math when I was 7, I
Mm-hmm.
would probably die. The same feeling.
Okay. Anything else?
No.
Okay. All right. Is there a relationship between pineal gland and chakras?
Yeah, it used to be. It used to be that chakras were like energy points of the whole energetic body,
Mm.
but it was before the body was genetically modified by alien species. So I see this big pre-human, pre, who looks like big and beautiful, made out of energies, and chakras are just like kind of like slightly rotating energies. Uh, and they're all made of white light, but they have different colors to it because they are the way they are. The frequencies are slightly different. That's why they take different kind of like little slight color to it, even though the same energy. And they are connected like to the head because the head is like the main portal
Mm-hmm.
that you are like an antenna and the head is a receiver, um, and the one that collects information, gives information out and receives it. So like this. Right now, the chakras are overlaid with artificial chakras. I feel like, like the top of a pan, like the covered was artificial
Mm-hmm.
shields. You have to remove their like implants, but they're specifically put there so the entities have access to your energy of those particular regions of your body. And the pineal gland is the same way. They're trying to keep the cover on with the just feel difference. I see like different substances like medication, like vaccines, food, air, the water, everything we consume, everything we breathe in, it keeps the lid on the third eye area. So we're like little blind kittens
Mm-hmm.
in the environment and just led by some voice programmed in the head unless we wake up and open our eyes. Um, yes, there is a connection because it's all part of the body, but the problem now is they're overlaid with artificial ones and it's not functioning right unless you remove them and start balancing your energies. Every part of the body has to be balanced, working together. And if the third eye is open, you can connect. It's like the your essence is speaking through you by using the third eye portal in your body. Yeah, that's
Mm.
all I think for now.
Okay. Okay. If yeah, you already answers, and I think when the next question was the which one, and I think that you've been answering that question.
Mm-hmm. Which the
the
connection was.
basically because I asked is there a relationship between pineal gland and chakras, and then the
Mm-hmm.
next is which one, and I think you basically give us a quite a good explanation.
Yeah, because the connection is supposed to be strong, but they keep, it's almost like somebody slicing the quantum energy into slices, like our body is a big quantum field, and they're
Hmm.
trying to slice it technologically into segments by telling us, hey, you have chakras, you have to balance them. But you cannot balance them unless you take the artificial uh, overlays of those chakras. And that's when the energy can really flow. Otherwise, it flows only in this one segment that they sliced in between. They want to have vacuum in between those because that way it's easier for them to experiment on those who have attachments,
Mm-hmm.
connect with the tubes and suck out energy from particular parts of the body. It's easier that way to deal with the subject of your investigations or experiments. So, but in fact, all our body kind of the energy goes like a fountain up to the third eye to the head area. It's like a main processor of a computer, which is our body, and that's the connection. But if the energy doesn't flow up and it's interfered, they cannot use your processor. You cannot see, you cannot sense, you cannot think. You can only follow commands. Okay.
Okay. Observe the epiphysis during the night and precisely during the dream phase.
Hmm. I see the person, it's open,
Mm-hmm.
and it's almost like the essence gets out of the body through it. It goes to explore, goes to places it wants to observe.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, worlds, and the person who's got it closed, it goes through either a program that might be amplified by the um, implant in the head, or I see like grays coming up to bed and putting like cords into the person's head and projecting like a dream, like almost like a screen, holographic screen was the dream while they're working on the person, on the body, or programming the brain for certain events or certain beliefs. I feel like that's how they mostly work on people who are asleep. They program them during the REM sleep for while their brain is distracted with the dream projected holographically through their technology. They they put programs in their head that they just comply with everything they're told from outside, from authorities, and don't question.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, and then the epiphysis is closed, absolutely closed. That's why they cannot see, they cannot sense. They're just
Mm-hmm.
like a toy in their hands.
Okay, they can see and can sense, like toys.
Hmm. Yeah, they're just like bio robots, bio computers, and they program them for yet another day of compliance and not asking questions. It's almost like their logical thinking is absent. They're just lazy in the mind,
Mhm.
sort of thing. They run the programs through them, and that's it. And plus, they don't have energy because they already have implants. It's like they are out of energy. They don't even have energy to start digging. Put the question on Google and start reading other opinions because they're programmed for one opinion that the hierarchy gives them. Whoever's hired to them, they're programmed for that pyramid of hierarchy. They have to listen to the boss, and that's it. It's like a hive mind almost.
High minds.
Yeah.
Okay. Can we move forward?
Yeah.
Okay. Observe its functioning during a geomagnetic change.
Yeah. It's like a flower that keeps opening its petals and closing it. Like this. It's like starts pulsating.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like sometimes people feel the pain in that area because they're changing the levels, the often like the stratospheres or something, all those air, though that's what we call air. It gets like more the denser, and it kind of almost like pressures on your head, and your forehead as a sensor, if it's open, it senses it, and it's almost like giving itself an impulse of slight pain to it's like body gives you a signal that something's wrong with the environment you're in. You have to put
Mm-hmm.
up more shielding on yourself, or by understanding what's going on you can remove it or block it with your own energies by focusing your attention to this area, because I feel like we're constantly being distracted. There's like fields of like rotational vortices around us, and we are going to looking at this one, that one, that one, that one. Sometimes we don't pay attention enough to ourselves, our physical body, to
Mm-hmm.
give signals in it, in a sense. It's like, but through pain it shows. You have to pay attention to this particular thing. So it reacts, it starts overreacting. It starts pulsating when it's not in a balanced body, because it also connected to the body energies, to the vital energies. It all has to be even, otherwise it gets like chaotic inside.
Mm-hmm.
It goes overdrive. Yeah. And you might either become hypersensitive, that is very
Hypersensitive.
hard. Yeah, because you can like literally absorb all the energies of people around you who are going into chaos mode, or you can just shut down and altogether feel disconnected, tired,
Mm-hmm.
like literally like falling down and wanting to rest.
Disconnected and tired. This is interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Observe the information content of the melatonin hormone produced by the pineal body and describe the function in relation to the various dimensional levels.
I feel like the essence, that is inside the body cannot wait for the body to go into the resting mode. So it starts, brain gives the impulse to produce that hormone so the
Mm-hmm.
body could rest. It's like it's time for you to go into this standby mode, quiet mode. That's when the soul can go out and explore. I see the energy body just gets disconnected from the physical when the physical is on the bed, resting, gets out. It gets like, it's almost like it can breathe, it can feel itself. It's not constricted anymore. And it can create whatever it wants the second it thinks of it. And it's a nice feeling to look forward to.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why melatonin, it's kind of like, it's strictly, I see it's belonging to the physical, but the mind that is connected to the soul directs the body to produce it, because it wants to get out of the physical, and it wants to rest from the physical world. It's kind of like you keep watching the movie at the theater, and at some point you're tired of the movie. You want to get outside and see the nature and breathe the fresh air. The same I feel about this production of melatonin. It just gives you like a key that you put on the door to open the door and to go into your natural environment, which is out of the physical world. Yeah.
Okay. So do you think the physical body, the way you just explained to us, is not the natural habitat of this, the mind, the soul?
Yeah, I
It's
feel
just
like it's a machine. It's too computerized
okay.
at this point that the soul doesn't feel comfortable in it. Unless it's well balanced and it understands that it depends on your consciousness level. It all comes down to this. You know, if you just understand that the machine would die someday and you'll get out completely, it's totally different view
Hmm.
than the others have. It may be easier, but you still feel the restrictions of it, that you can't just like lift your arms and fly like you can normally do. Things like that. It's like subconsciously you know that he has limits to it.
Okay. Do you want to add anything? Oh,
No, nothing else.
okay. What is the function of the neurotransmitter hormone pinalin or pinolin? Or pinolin, depend my.
Yeah, the neurotransmitters. Yeah, it's like they can. It's created for them, for those who are in control, to be able to control us. It's a game. It gives them access to our pineal gland. It gives them access to those who are asleep, to either activate it or shut it down. It's something related to the experiments. because sometimes they would open it was by using this neurotransmitter. Because sometimes they need it. They need to give you some experience in the physical for you to make you believe into something. Give your attention to something by giving attention, giving energy to something that they want you to believe in. So your belief gets,
Mm-hmm.
higher or more firm in, let's say, angels or religion, or those cases of when person dies and sees Jesus or some angel, I feel like they're using it for giving people these experiences and opening their abilities to see the outside world that we don't see normally. And then they shut it back up, back down, something like this. It's something technical, um,
Something
not
technical,
natural. Yeah,
not natural.
yeah, something about the impulses they send with the waves by using some technologies.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Is anything else?
No, no.
Okay. And what does its activation depend on?
Some environmental AI machines. Something that belongs to this environment. It's almost like I see like a big machine, and we are as little machines, our bodies inside that big machine. And
Okay.
through it's like a very logical lab. You can put the gloves on your hands, go inside the portals or holes of the environment, and control your body by using neural connections, production of hormones. You can amplify them. You can shut them down. So a person would suffer, like let's say, of lack of sleep, or um, you know,
Mm.
feels like loses thoughts or forgets what he was thinking 1 second ago. Mm, like that. It seems like experimental because I keep seeing like the metallic beds and people lying on them on some big ship with lots of laboratories, rooms, bright lights. Like it's artificially created in our body. All those things we didn't used to have them before. It was
Mhm.
functioning differently. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, we can go to the question number 11.
Mm.
What happens to the physical and etheric bodies when the pinealine molecule is present in the pineal gland?
Oh, there's just get physical and etheric and energetic. I see them merging like together,
Okay.
and I see like all the energetic bodies actually merging together and becoming one. You become more sensitive, more intuitive, more open to receiving information, to exploring. You understand that you can get any information you need. You always have access.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. You see the world from a different perspective. more understanding how it works. Yeah. Clears up.
See the world for a different perception.
Yeah. Yeah, just like the lenses are changing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the screen is changed and the screen is now projected not by the AI technologies the way they want you to see, but it's mostly like what you see based on your beliefs is more pronounced because you're actually the one who's controlling the beliefs, not them anymore. And therefore, like the glasses of virtual reality, you took them off and you create your own reality because your system is more in harmony. All the energetic bodies are harmonically functioning. Like you, and you're clean, you know, you're transparent. You don't have this overlays of everything. More controlled by soul rather than conscious rational mind that has programming from the environment and the people around you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Can the pineal gland stimulate self-healing? Yes or not?
Can the pineal gland can it heal itself?
I can repeat the question. Okay.
Yeah.
Can the pineal gland stimulate self-healing? Yes or not?
Stimulate.
Mm.
It can stimulate self-healing, but you have to cleanse your body. I feel like you have to remove the interferences, you know, all the stuff that we remove in sessions. Like, so your energy field, your energy sphere has to be clean.
Mm-hmm.
No implants, no interferences, and you can basically launch the process of regeneration of your DNA, of your cells, of your organs, including the pineal gland.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, it can, like every other organ can. But you have to be conscious of it. Your subconscious and conscious have to work together and be awakened to it, you know, and having strong belief and knowing that it's anything is possible. That
Mm-hmm.
launches the process of regeneration. Yeah.
And can you explain how?
It's just by focus of attention. I feel like the energies and like we talked about neural connections. Like there's like tubes in the brain and there's this impulses like electric impulses going through, and I feel like the way they go through and your thought, it's kind of energy start connecting and shining the energy or amplifying the um, the energetic frequencies of that particular point of your body, like basically on the energies of your body, focusing on that one because you really want to do it. You're consciously decided to that you want to, and that's how it works. You just have to want it, to focus your attention on. It's all about the intention, you know. It's very easy to do. I feel like if their intention into regenerating your myocard, your heart muscle, you can do that too. You know, that the cells would start glowing. You would send energies, your own energies, into the cells of
Mm-hmm.
the particular organ, and they start shining brighter. There's more energy circulation in it, which is needed for regeneration in the physical, which would come down with time as it takes time in the physical world because it's much denser, but you can totally do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. In the here and now, compared to value of 1 to 10, how active is the pineal gland in the world population?
In the world population,
Mm-hmm.
2.8-3. Um, Unfortunately, it's like I see 78 to 79% of people under this percentage,
Mm-hmm.
around 3 only. But most don't even use it consciously. It's calcified, but it feels like they cannot completely calcify it. But that's what they're trying to do with the this vaccine comes again with a new vaccine
Okay.
to completely shut it down.
Okay. What does a deficiency of activity of the pineal gland depend on?
It's strongly related to, I mean, it kind of belongs to the physical body, to the actual physical. But when you start working out yourself, on yourself rationally,
Mm-hmm.
logically, then all of a sudden you open it and it's your physical is connected to non-physical, to subconscious. But it just it just depends. Everything depends on you yourself and your
Mm-hmm.
soul. Depends if your soul has a channel, has a portal to talk to you, to somehow push you to yourself into using it. But to me, pineal gland, the way I see it, it's like an artificial implant once again, because that's not the way we are. Original human is built. Original
Mm-hmm.
human didn't have a particular gland to use to connect to cosmos, to the information of your own self up there, or any information. It's like the whole body was connected before, but now, because they created it because they can actually interfere, and they know how to do it because they're the ones who build it, and us, they're the ones who know how to interfere, therefore.
Mm-hmm.
And and that's how it's easier to control us, because it's like one thing that they can calcify, they can cover it up. It almost feels like they couldn't completely disconnect us, and therefore they had to create it in our body. It's like a light, you
Mm-hmm.
know, like our body is robotic, and there's a light that is like a soul light that has to have a slight tiny connection to our big energy. of our soul, because it's just a fragment of it sitting in the body. Without that connection, we could not be those endless batteries like they use us for energy. But it works both ways. They also, it works against them when we discover the truth and we use the knowledge against them. Then we figured out we can use pineal gland to connect more and to see through. It's like a little window to from this artificial reality to the real us, big energy of us.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know. So, but it's absolutely it's like imagine like a that pipe that you see through. That's how to me it looks like it's totally artificially created, metallized, not even a
Okay.
gland, just an implant.
An implant. Okay. Right. Okay. Question number 16. Are there conscious human beings in the here and the now who have an efficient functioning of the pituitary gland? Yes or not?
Pituitary gland. Functioning of the gland. Yeah, there are,
Hmm.
but yeah, I mean we all using it, and it's functioning now. It's part of the robotic system that we have that produces hormones. Without those hormones, the physical cannot function.
Okay.
So, but it's they created it the same way. An artificial implant of the body in a way. I mean, how to explain this? It's like your physical, but it's not your physical. It's following totally like the program when you're not awakened. It almost looks like biological shadow filled up with different artificially grown organs in the lab that are doing their own function.
Hmm.
And when you wake up, you understand how it goes, how it functions. Your soul energy starts pushing into your physical body and rearranging the way it works.
Hmm.
And it almost like shines its light through it, and some of the systems start working differently. The way you use them, you are the one who can control them, not the program that are they're programmed by in the body doing it anymore.
So our mind can still control us. I mean, our mental energy.
Yeah, the mind is like a layer that is like our soul is a projector, like the essence. It's projecting the mind projection, like a layer, like a big layer, is projecting whatever it wants onto the physical. And therefore, our thoughts become different because our pineal gland is like a metallized door or portal through which the soul speaks and talks and controls. And therefore, we start projecting our own reality, the one we want to see, not the one that is pre programmed in us for the lifetime. We change it, we take a different turn. Yeah, we start choosing our body as a instrument rather than somebody else is using this instrument. And,
Somebody use this instrument. Okay. Okay. Question number 17. How do they live in relation to their awareness and its efficient functioning? This is the meaning of the sentence. Let's see what happens when a sentence is open to interpretation and only how they live. If it doesn't make sense to you.
how do they live? I don't really understand this question.
Is how do they live in relation to the awareness and efficiency functioning?
The pineal gland or the pituitary gland?
Mhm.
Hmm.
Example, when a sentence is open.
Yeah, I understand. I see there is connection in between all the glands. It's like the points of the body where the energy is getting together and that shoots out.
Mhm.
And then depends on whether those parts are blocked or not. If they're blocked, the energy are not circulating the right way, so creates diseases in the physical. If they are not blocked, if the energy are, it's like a river flow. It's a perfect flow of energies, energizing every cell of the body, and all the organs are functioning well. The same, and it's just a reflection of the astral body, like the etheric body. I see it. It's a projection. It's like a lot of projections going from the energy body. It's projecting a lot of the bodies, which are then separating into and going into different, I would say, like timelines
Mhm.
in this reality, or different Earths timelines, because the Earths, even in the third dimension, there's different Earths in that dimension. Like it's like layers of the 3D
Mhm.
kind of like timelines. But there's also Earths in other dimensions that we don't see, and it goes there too. It all depends on the projection and who's holding the projector. If you're clean and you're holding it, then all of a sudden all the realities, you're awakened, you understand what you're doing here, why you're here. All those questions that people keep asking, they answered all of a sudden. I just see it like that. But yeah, it's all connected. It's
Mm.
totally.
All connected.
Mm,
Is anything else? Or
no, no, it's just like I see those pictures and it's hard to explain because you have to know quantum physics, to
Mhm.
be able to. There's so many energies, there's loops of energies, there's Earth that imagine lots of Earths in a line
Mm.
and that goes in eternity. And just all over the place. And even in this reality, we're like split up into different energetic bodies which project physical bodies of the same kind. It's almost like we clone ourselves when we split up in the timeline, and we're one part of us still living in that timeline. It's just crazy. It's hard to, but that's why we are we were genetically not to understand this, not to be able to explain it with a human language. I feel very constricted that way. So,
Okay. Okay, was there a time when the pituitary gland worked perfectly? Yes or not?
yes, but it was all the whole forehead, including the brain that was didn't have the split into left and right. It was a
Okay.
one whole thing. That's when it worked perfectly. But I feel it was Lemuria and Atlantis times. And those Lemuria is still existing in Atlantis, but it's just different dimension. And I see people there. I see their bodies transparent, and I can see the brain is not like the one we see now. It's not split into two. I feel like it was artificially split to be. They've done it to us to control us easier. To, let's say, put more programs into the left part of the brain so they can make us think more logically, and that way you separate the quantum fields of the soul quantum field from the physical, so you live completely in the physical world, submerged in it, and you don't listen to the soul, subconscious. You know, you're more like technologically oriented rather than spiritually.
Oksana, can I hear some background?
Yeah, sorry.
I was a
No.
bit sorry, just to.
Ребята, можете не говорить, хорошо? Sorry. Yeah.
It's okay. It's all right. No, because it was the voices was together for a second.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Very interesting. Basically, the structure of the body was different completely, as you're saying, and
Mm,
basically, the new body artificially they split in two. The new
yeah.
human.
Yeah, we look like a mouse as opposed to an elephant that we used to be. It's just how it looks. Just
Wow,
completely deprived of all our what we could do before.
which was huge.
Yeah, which basically we could do anything we wanted. Leave the planet, come back to the planet, you know, whatever. We didn't need to sleep. Like now, our physical body is so heavy, it has to sleep. It's like a car, you know, can't work all the time. You have to put it to park because the motor would just die. Stuff like that. The fuel is
Okay.
food, but the fuel is polluted. It's not clean either. Altogether.
Okay. So basically, the follow-up question was where and when and why it worked perfectly. So you mentioned Atlantis. Do you think Atlantis it was the one you was meaning, or there is a new another place, or
The one that is in, I see in fifth dimension. I just very clearly see that's almost like a layer above Earth, and it exists in that.
the
Uh,
third dimension?
in third dimension, it doesn't exist anymore. It was pushed out from here because they completely occupied it and wanted to control it. And it's kind of like the program of Atlantis and here died out and was pushed out to the fifth dimension. That's where it can exist, and it exists now. Yeah. And it's held away from us in a big bubble, like, because they don't want us to go there. They don't want us to see the truths of all the abilities and characteristics of those bodies that we used to have, which is energy bodies. They want us to forget, it's almost like erasing epochs, civilizations, so we don't have access to the knowledge. So you can dictate. It's like you took a child from somebody and raised him your way. He knows only what you told him, that's all. So we're like children to them. They are kidding with us with the history and all the facts, and everything is not true. But we take it as truth because we don't know the history anymore. The true history has been changed so many times.
Yeah. Okay. Anything to add?
No. No.
Okay. We finished all the questions, and now we can use the exploratory part, which is very interesting. um, all right. I, I would like to ask you if you can go and connect and channel with Atlantis the way you saw before, and you can connect with one of the leaders that they use it in a powerful way, this pineal gland, that they can basically you compare it to an elephant and then a mouse. So they was huge. Even the body, the way you explain it, they was completely different. Is
Mm-hmm.
there is there somebody, maybe the chief,
He came
the
already.
leader? Okay, ask
He's
him.
very tall.
Okay, he's very
Mm.
tall, and the color of his skin
He's transparent. Transparent white
transparent.
energy. No hair. I almost like if I touch him, I can see the brain, but then I don't. It's almost like not a brain, but a concentration of the energies that are, like the engine of the body, of the energy body, and
Mm-hmm.
from the brain it shoots down, and
Okay.
the constant circulating because this machine in the head type thing keeps it circulating in the body. But that's how he's completely connected to the
Did
space.
you
And
did you touch him and test his DNA? This is what you feel.
yeah, because I also see when I touch him, I see
Mm-hmm.
him some sort of like Neptune on the other planet with a big crown on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's the oldest. On
Oh,
the other
okay.
planet, he has a big beard.
How old is him?
How old? 3,000 years, you said.
70 years.
3,000 years old, he
Wow.
says.
37.
Yeah, but he says you can live as much as you want. It's all about experience that you get from your life. He
Okay.
can exit anytime he wants.
Ask his name, so we'll see what who's this leader. All the eldest, probably.
Akkus. Yeah.
Akus with a K, yeah.
Yeah. AKUS.
Hmm. Okay. ask him if I mean, because obviously he has this huge, um, you know, he can use the pineal gland in a very huge way. What he can do? Tell me if even he can self cure himself, regenerate his body.
He said I'm the other body. I don't have to regenerate myself. I'm energy. I'm pure energy. And I can make a dancer if I wanted to, which I do
Mm,
sometimes to go to different dimensions.
okay.
I can do anything I want. He shows me he can take his hand off like this and put it back in. He can mold his body into different shapes. He can come to up to his own self, he says, which is like energy. To explain, it's almost like the energy above that is sitting in the room of in the control room type thing that is looking at all the lives, and at the same time it's living through the lives, and at the same time it's putting scenarios for those lives too.
Uh, is I mean, is a gender? It has gender. This old person,
It's more male energy.
male energy, and they reproduce each other in Atlantis, or even capable to reproduce on their own. I don't know. They need a
They,
female.
yeah, they connect. They merge the energies, he said. To create a child, you have to
Mm-hmm.
merge the energies the perfect way, 50-50. So he says biogender, it's like half male, half female, you have to connect. But then in the process of the personal experience, you kind of like one of the another energies start dominating. And because basically I just feel it, it's not like I see the difference in between all of them. They all kind of look the same, but in him I feel more male energy, and he's more like the one who is advising due to his experience, even though he's not viewed like somebody, let's say, who you have to listen to. Sometimes he's asked for advice and he would give it, but otherwise he would not. He would just observe for his own experience and understanding. He likes to analyze in our words, others' experiences, put them together in order to gain experience to create other words. Because it's all about using experience here to create other galaxies or universes based on this experience and building up more and more on it.
Okay. Can you ask why they disappear? What happened?
Yeah, well, I see them being pushed. It's like the layers of different dimensions and densities are sliced. And when this dimension, I feel like it was being attacked and infested by the AI technology and by other
Okay.
beings, and other beings was their low energy. Um, in the physical level, they destroy them because they are existing in different levels at the same time to gain
Mm-hmm.
experience. And the physical level, they destroyed Atlantis, but energetic level still exists. So in a way, they disconnected them from the physical by destroying their physical. It's like as if When you destroy my physical body, my energy body would still exist, but I wouldn't
Hmm.
exist only up there, not here anymore. Like that way.
Yeah, because before they was all unified, basically all the energy was all at the same level. Now we have 50-50. We have the physical body and the etheric body.
Hmm.
So we are 50-50, you says. It's possible, but we are perfectly 50-50 or not with the body that we have now.
Plus the body that we have now. Now, most people have very low percentage of. If we talk about energies, like the levels, the percentage of the understanding of consciousness,
Mm-hmm.
most people have very low rational part percentage, and the soul is usually around 50%, but the rational part goes up to 20. Most people are like that, but it has to be even in order to progress in
Mm-hmm.
our evolution and our understanding and continue build up our consciousness higher and higher. But most people cannot do it because they're disconnected from the soul, from the subconscious. The way they're disconnected is by those overlays. So the energy points we have in the body, they're overlaid with artificial implants, which belong to the physical body. Unless you are consciously remove them,
Mm-hmm.
with your will, with your desire and intention, then you would be running those programs of the physical bodies that are like computers walking, powered by the natural energy, but computers outside with all the programming. Um, so no, we're not. They are perfectly balanced, but we're not. And the whole idea of controlling somebody, you have to unbalance his energies and divide his energies. Quantum fields are completely divided, like a sliced pie with buffer zones in between.
Do you think if we can use better our pineal gland? I mean, is the third eye definitely is the connection to the high energies with the our subliminal part, etherical part, mind. Do you think we can have the chance to use better or to connect through the pineal gland in a direct way?
Yeah, I feel like it's like a muscle almost.
Mm-hmm.
Energetically, you can amplify it. You can make it bigger, and you can make it work better by exercising it, by using it. You know, to
Okay.
constantly use it.
Okay. Yeah, I like it even your to come back to the first questions on the back. When you says my body is like a house and energy is the soil and the roof is my head.
Mm,
Um,
yeah.
so so do you think this is somebody behind that controls our pineal gland that create all this structure?
No. The creators of this holographic reality are in control of our pineal gland. When you're asleep, they're completely in control. They use it as it's like access to us. It's like access, it's like
Mm-hmm.
access to our. Um, we carry all this information. It's like a database of us, of our experiences, of our feelings, emotions, and they have access to it. and also to the other parallel lives that we have everywhere else. It's like a big portal that they use for themselves and their interests because we have no idea we have it or we don't believe in it.
Hmm.
Mm.
Okay. I was very interested when, with the pineal gland, we have I think we have this power, but we don't know how sometimes to connect with the pineal gland, with this third eye. And do you think if we can connect easily, we can even care ourselves? I mean, if we have a pain, I can say example. Somebody has a cancer, and you
Mm.
try through the pineal gland to regenerate the cells like we saw before, and to you know
Mm.
self self care, because some people they're capable to do because they have this strong conviction, determination to beat the pain, the what can I say, the decline of the body. So is because this conviction and this determination is inside of the third eye, and it's like
Mm.
a very strong energy power, which I can see that no many people they're capable to use. And before you talk about even a percentage of people that they can use this at this level.
Mm. Yeah, they people can use it as a connection to their subconscious,
Mm-hmm.
and if it's like a perfect energy exchange, subconscious and knowledge. And if they just close their eyes and focus their attention at the third eye area, they would see
Mm-hmm.
like the opening to, and might see images, might feel strongly about whatever questions or they have. And if you focus on it and spread amplify the healing energy, your own energy, imagine it's an amplifier through the body of cleansing energy would cleanse you too. Um,
Okay. So when this energy works, do you give how you can picture this energy? Is it like a light, or is it has a
it's your own energy. But you're just basically taking something that they created in the physical body to use against you. You start using it for you
okay?
by concentrating your light, your thought, the energy of your thought, and you believe in it, that it might help you.
Hmm.
And then it's like fireworks, then it's just cleansing the body goes into the spreading through. It's like you accumulate your own energy into this particular spot and then use it for whatever you want, for clairvoyance or for aches and pains to relieve them or to go to the source why you have them in the first place. And the more you practice doing it, the more you will see the results. It seems like everything in our body, like you have to develop the skill. By developing the skill, you're opening up the characteristics of your DNA and re-remembering what you actually can do, you know.
Okay. I would like to ask you this last question before we finish, because we must be a bit tired as well. Somebody told me that the 22nd of December will be obviously the solstice of winter solstice, and then will be the end of the dark era, the age of the darkness. So, and then we're going to start finally the age of the light, Aquarius. So, do you think in this new age, this new era, we'll be able to use better our pineal gland?
Yes, but I see it after January. December, January are gonna be like, there's gonna be a lot of commotion. You know, it's like two spheres. One is charged as positive, another one was negative, will be bouncing off of each other throughout
Mm-hmm.
December and January too. But December will be like the point where everything is launched. And I feel it's gonna be
Okay.
very chaotic and crazy, but after that, the storm is gonna be over, and we would, it's almost like we'll be able to change a lot in our bodies and the way we function, the way we, the understanding of everything will change, and from that understanding, the viewing of the world and us in the world and how everything is a soul energy, it would be kind of calm, yeah, changing times after that. But I feel like there's gonna be a lot of like turmoil before that, or those two
Okay.
months. Not gonna be easy around the world, but it's all for the good because we have to create some sort of energetic revolution and put an end to this story, this timeline, and jump out of it altogether.
Mhm. Okay. Do you think that we will?
Mm, yeah, because it
Okay.
cannot last forever. It just, I see the ending of the energies. They are, it's almost like they're giving up too. They can't carry on for too long. Yeah, people are refusing. It's like the free will now takes over. So
Yeah. But they will. They don't have any choice. This is what
they're
is it.
gonna be pushing, they wanna try to get into our bodies, but one thing we should say no to, not let anybody get inside our physical body with any needles, any substances,
Mm-hmm.
like that.
Do you think, if in case if we don't have any choice, because there will be somebody is talking even about military forces that they will going to oblige force you to be injected with the vaccines. Do you think you will be able using your pineal gland, your third eye, to stop the basically, I mean, this poison in his body? Do you think we can neutralize the vaccine? Do you think we have the power to do that?
I feel this vaccine is different, but I know what you're saying. I feel like we're still we're still gonna be able to say no.
Okay.
You know what I see? I see like the lots of people, like crowds of people who serve for other people, like
Mm-hmm.
teachers, doctors. They resign themselves. They just give up and they stop working. Um, that's why it's like a trial time, like the December. A lot of people are just saying, "I give up. I don't want to be in the system. I don't like it."
Even
Because a lot of people understand, even those pro vaccines, they understand this is absolutely like they're doing it. They're using people as lab mice to try to see how they react to the new vaccine, which is
yeah,
not given enough time for trials, for
hmm
testing.
because for some people, probably the people, the first basically guinea pigs, will be the way around. It's like they kill the pineal gland. It's like they close this portal,
Yeah,
our
but
universe.
92% of those people died. The volunteers,
How many?
90, 92% out of 100 actually
Wow,
died, and they said that they died from COVID, but they died from the vaccine.
that is quite a huge percentage.
Yeah, as there's something happens in the brain. It's like I see like an explosion, like a nuclear explosion in the brain, and like all neurons are dead, and the wave of death almost in the body goes into spinal cord, and the central nervous system is completely affected by it. And I feel like it's not only that the people are dead from the actual substance, but they get connected to some entities that make them commit suicide
Oh,
a week or after, a week or two after the vaccine is administered. I see them jumping off the buildings or doing stuff like that.
very disturbing. What about the babies? In many countries they give vaccine to babies, and in quite, from my opinion, a lot, you know, uh,
Mm.
amount is dangerous for babies because I have a feeling that they won't even. Apparently, somebody says that they want vaccine with COVID. Um, Even babies.
13% of those babies will belong to the system after the vaccine.
Mm-hmm. The
Other
kid.
other percentage, it's out of 100. Others are this time are I feel like they're almost like transparent babies, like crystallized babies, and they can neutralize. It just depends on the environment. It's family to family. They're like shielding themselves, and the substance get calcified in some parts of the body and stays there almost like stones or rocks I see inside the body that they put them with their energies in the capsules, almost like crystal children or something. They know how to do it. This substance that is toxic to the physical, they would put it in the capsule and store it in the body. They just don't know how to get rid of it though. And if there's too many of the capsules that they store, they may develop some disease too. But they're hoping that when they grow up, they can do it and get rid of those substances themselves. Nah, children are different. Children are different, but I see like you really have to keep them close to you in order to
Mm-hmm.
avoid this. Because I feel like there's gonna be an overtake of the different. I almost like see buildings like blocks, like boxes where children go when they're
Mm-hmm.
separated from the parents energetically and far away. They might do something to them that you would not even know, and they might
Mm-hmm.
scare them, and so they wouldn't tell you as a parent about it. But it's most my advice just to keep them close, makes me feel good that
So,
like the
I think.
distanced education, online education right now is better because this time of all this tornadoes around when they're trying to push and try to take as many souls as they want under their control. You have to kind of keep in groups and together to hold this energetic bond. That is the way to be more powerful. mm,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. I can see that the timer for us is up. We are a
Mm.
bit late and they probably are tired. And I would like to thank you, Oksana, because you did very well. And I would like you to disconnect from everything and everybody. Okay. And I want you charge yourself with a wonderful energy and you feel refreshed and ready for the day in a very, very, vibrational,
Mm,
way. I will go into count to 5 to 1. You come back here,
mhm,
happy and smiling. Okay, 5. From your foot to your legs, you can see this beautiful, strong energy come up to your body. 4, you can start to stretch your legs and feel going up to your chest. 3, you can stretch your arms and feeling absolutely good. 2, and move your neck because it's coming up to your body. And when I count to number 1, you open your eyes. And 1.
mm.
Welcome back.
Yeah, I, that was
Well done. Are you
interesting.
feel? Oh yes. How do you feel?
I feel very good, energetic.
Brilliant. So
Yeah.
we learn quite interesting information today, and I hope everybody are pleased. And yes, until the next. I know you have a long day, and we say bye to everybody.
Okay.
So
Bye
thank you
bye.
again. Bye
Thanks.
bye.
Bye.
Buenos días.
Dzień dobry.
Bienvenidos a este primer vídeo de Disclosure en español y polaco.
Bardzo Was serdecznie witamy na tym nowym wideo, które będzie w języku hiszpańskim i polskim na kanale Disclosures.
Vamos a producir mucho más vídeos en futuro como estos vídeos informativos.
W przyszłości stworzymy dużo więcej takich wideo, które będą Was informowały o różnych rzeczach.
Porque estamos notando que cuanto más se va divulgando este trabajo, estas hipnosis por internet, también cuanto más mala información se está difundiendo.
A to dlatego, że zauważyliśmy, że im więcej wstawiamy sesji z naszymi hipnozami, tym więcej jakby informacji sprzecznych zaczyna się rozprzestrzeniać.
Y entonces hoy vamos a hablar de las sesiones investigativas.
Więc dzisiaj będziemy mówić o sesjach badawczych.
Porque estoy viendo que hay personas que a lo mejor se dedican a una sesión con una persona, se van a algún lugar, preguntan algo y lo poco de información que pueden extraer de una sesión se lo creen como si fuera oro, completamente puro oro.
Bo zauważyłem, że są takie sesje i takie osoby, które robią jedną sesję z jedną osobą na dany temat i kiedy wychodzi tam jakaś informacja, to jest ona odbierana jakby to było rzeczywiście coś niesamowicie wiarygodnego, jakby to było czyste złoto.
Yo os digo que la sesión así dicha investigativa no existe.
Ja chciałbym Wam powiedzieć, że sesja badawcza tak naprawdę nie istnieje.
Entonces podríais como preguntar, entonces cuando haces una sesión a un cliente y preguntas cosas, ¿por qué preguntas?
Więc mógłbyś mi zadać pytanie, więc skoro robisz jakąś sesję z jakąś osobą i zadajesz jej pytania, to właściwie po co je w ogóle zadajesz?
Sí, sabemos que la información en hipnosis está muy, pero de verdad muy contaminada.
My bardzo dobrze wiemy, że informacja, która wychodzi podczas hipnozy jest niezwykle, ale to niezwykle zanieczyszczona.
Y esa información, así como sale de la hipnosis, no podemos tomarla como conocimiento, como investigación.
Więc takiej informacji, która wychodzi podczas sesji hipnozy, nie bierzemy nigdy jako takiej informacji, która jest rzeczywiście bardzo prawdziwa, zgodna z prawdą i oczywista.
En el caso de sesiones a clientes, la información que sacamos nos sirve por otro objetivo. El objetivo es llegar a la causa de su problema y trabajar.
te informacje, które uzyskujemy podczas sesji dla klientów, służą nam zupełnie do czegoś innego. Celem jest to, żeby znaleźć przyczynę i pracować nad nią.
Pero ¿qué significa que la información está contaminada? ¿Cuánto está contaminada y por qué?
Ale co to właściwie oznacza informacja zanieczyszczona? Kiedy jest zanieczyszczona i dlaczego jest zanieczyszczona?
Hay que saber que cuando nosotros pedimos una información y nos llega a través de una persona en hipnosis, esta información sale de una fuente, para así decirlo, y atraviesa muchas dimensiones, muchas densidades.
Kiedy prosimy o jakąś informację podczas sesji, to ta informacja, powiedzmy to w ten sposób, pochodzi z jakiegoś źródła, ale w międzyczasie przechodzi przez wiele gęstości i wiele wymiarów.
Y también pasa por conciencias, por inteligencias. Esa información viene atrapada en el éter por varios seres.
Ale ta informacja przechodzi też przez wiele umysłów, wiele świadomości, istnieje w eterze i może być przechwycona również przez wiele bytów.
Estos seres, estas inteligencias, pueden voluntariamente o involuntariamente distorsionarla.
I te byty, te istoty lub świadomości mogą ją zniekształcić świadomie lub nieświadomie.
Y además, la persona que está en hipnosis tiene sus creencias, su mentalidad, sus perspectivas, sus opiniones. Esta estructura mental contamina también esta información.
A co więcej, osoba, która jest w stanie hipnozy, ma swoje własne przekonania, swoje własne wartości, wierzenia, swoją własną mentalność i przez tą właśnie strukturę całą mentalną również może dojść do jeszcze kolejnego zanieczyszczenia.
Y además, si nosotros queremos investigar, por ejemplo, una persona o un ser que no tiene ninguna conexión con el ambiente hipnótico donde estamos trabajando, esta persona puede no autorizar la salida de informaciones de sí mismo.
A co więcej, jeśli połączymy się z jakąś istotą, która absolutnie nie należy do tego środowiska hipnotycznego, w którym pracujemy, taka istota może nie zgodzić się na przekazanie informacji.
Si hay interacción, si hay interferencias entre un ser y otro, es posible que circule información por las conexiones, por los pactos.
Jeśli jest jakaś interferencja między dwoma istotami, to wtedy dzięki tym paktom, albo przez te pakty, przez to połączenie, które istnieje, rzeczywiście wychodzą informacje.
Pero si en aquella sesión en concreto ese ser o esa persona se va a cuestionar y no hay ninguna conexión, es muy improbable que llegue una información autorizada.
Ale jeśli zdarzy się tak, że łączymy się z istotą, która nie ma z tym nic wspólnego, to jest bardzo mało prawdopodobne, że dostaniemy jakąś informację.
Entonces, imaginemos que queremos investigar sobre un personaje famoso de la historia.
No, na przykład wyobraźmy sobie, że chcielibyśmy otrzymać informację o jakiejś osobie niezwykle znanej, historycznej.
Si no tenemos de alguna manera alguna conexión con los elementos del ambiente hipnótico y esta persona, aunque no esté conectada, no autoriza esta información, pues no llega.
Więc jeśli wyobrazimy sobie, że ta osoba nie jest w żaden sposób połączona z tym środowiskiem hipnotycznym, w którym pracujemy, może się tak zdarzyć, że absolutnie nie zezwoli na żadne przekazywanie informacji na swój temat.
Y cuando pasa esto, hay siempre o casi siempre alguna entidad que se aprovecha de la situación.
I kiedy to się dzieje, zazwyczaj pojawia się jakiś byt, który wykorzystuje tę sytuację.
Se puede presentar con la supuesta identidad de la persona o del ser que estamos buscando, o puede de todas formas modificar o inventar una información por su cuenta, por su personal ventaja.
Może zrobić dwie rzeczy. Albo przyjąć, zidentyfikować się z osobą, o której chcemy zrobić tę sesję, przyjąć jej tożsamość, albo zmienić informacje, które chcielibyśmy otrzymać, tak aby to działało na jej korzyść.
Nosotros en sesión a clientes podemos trabajar porque el cliente nos autoriza a trabajar en él en su sesión.
Podczas sesji dla klientów możemy pracować nad takimi informacjami, bo otrzymujemy zgodę na informacje właśnie dzięki temu klientowi.
Y podemos trabajar con sus seres queridos, por ejemplo, o con los seres que interfieren con ella, propio porque hay estas conexiones.
I możemy pracować na przykład z istotami, które kocha ta dana osoba lub z bytami, które w nią ingerują właśnie przez to połączenie, które tam istnieje.
Entonces, hay una gran diferencia entre la sesión a un cliente para solucionar sus problemas y hacer sesiones para investigar.
Dlatego istnieje taka duża różnica między sesjami, które robimy dla klientów, aby rozwiązać ich problemy, i między sesjami takimi poszukiwawczymi, badawczymi.
Por eso digo que no existe una sesión investigativa.
I dlatego właśnie Wam mówię, że nie istnieje coś takiego jak sesja badawcza.
Lo que existe es un protocolo de sesiones de investigación.
To, co istnieje, to pewien protokół sesji badawczych.
Hay que seguir un protocolo y hay que ejecutar una serie de sesiones y con personas diferentes.
Więc trzeba zawsze śledzić ten sam protokół, a jednocześnie wykonać wiele sesji z różnymi osobami.
El protocolo tiene que ser único, unívoco, porque hay que preguntar en un tema las mismas preguntas para ir en la misma dirección.
Ten protokół powinien być zawsze taki sam, ponieważ należy zadawać takie same pytania, tak aby iść zawsze w tym samym kierunku.
Cuanto más está restringido ese espacio de investigación, cuanto más podemos tener más probabilidad de tener buena información.
Im bardziej zawężamy obszar naszych poszukiwań, tym bardziej prawdopodobne będzie, że otrzymamy dobre informacje.
Sí, podemos también aumentar ese espacio, pero tenemos que aumentar proporcionalmente el número de sesiones por hacer.
Możemy oczywiście rozszerzyć ten obszar, ale wtedy będziemy zmuszeni również rozszerzyć ilość tych sesji.
Luego, cuando tenemos una grande serie de sesiones, pero estamos hablando de centenas o hasta de millares de sesiones.
I wtedy mówimy o olbrzymiej liczbie sesji, od setki po tysiące.
Tenemos que recoger toda aquella información que es común a todas o a casi todas estas sesiones hechas.
I wtedy musimy pozbierać te informacje, które są wspólne dla wszystkich bądź prawie wszystkich tych sesji.
Esta información común vais a ver que es un porcentaje muy pequeño con respecto a la totalidad de la información.
I zobaczycie, że ta informacja wspólna będzie naprawdę niewielkim odsetkiem tych informacji, które się tam pojawią.
Son pepitas de oro.
To są takie malutkie ziarenka.
Es como si nosotros vamos a un río, vamos a coger este filtro, vamos a coger muchísima arena para recoger solo muy pocas pepitillas de oro.
I można to przyrównać do poszukiwania złota, kiedy filtruje się dno rzeki, zbiera się mnóstwo piasku, a na koniec pojawiają się maleńkie ziarenka złota.
Esa sí que es información de oro.
I to jest właśnie ta informacja złota.
Si hoy podemos decir que hay seres que interfieren bastante con el ser humano y que tienen formas de animales reptiles o de animales a forma de insectos, etcétera, es porque todo esto sale desde que se empezaron las sesiones de hipnosis y hay muchísimas, millares y millares con esta información común.
I jeśli dzisiaj możemy powiedzieć, że są ingerencje, które przybierają formy albo reptilii, albo jakichś insektów, to dlatego, że takie informacje wychodzą od początku naszych sesji hipnotycznych i są wspólne i jest ich tysiące.
Pero si yo digo que en la ciudad de Nueva York en el 1452, exacto en aquel punto, había una casa que vivía un viejo que se llamaba Tom, pues solo en aquella sesión ha salido y cuanto más contaminada puede ser, no lo va a saber nadie.
Ale jeśli chciałbym powiedzieć, przekazać taką informację, że w Nowym Jorku w 1452 roku stał taki a taki dom, w którym mieszkał taki a taki starszy pan o imieniu Tom, to nie mam pojęcia, jak bardzo zanieczyszczona będzie ta informacja.
Así entonces se hace investigación. Es un trabajo muy largo, muy duro y tiene que ser hecho con un protocolo riguroso y severo.
A więc właśnie w taki sposób należy robić sesje badawcze. Jest to proces bardzo długi, ciężki i który wymaga bardzo restrykcyjnego protokołu.
Y entonces por esto que nosotros ya vamos a empezar a hacer ciclos de investigación.
I właśnie dlatego zaczniemy teraz robić takie cykle badawcze.
La estructura del team, que cada vez va creciendo siempre más, y el número de clientes que cada día contactan con nosotros, nos permiten organizar estos ciclos de investigación.
I ponieważ struktura naszego zespołu cały czas się powiększa, a także liczba klientów, którzy kontaktują się z nami każdego dnia, te czynniki pozwalają nam na to, żebyśmy zrobili taki cykl badawczy.
Creo que ya he dicho todo, o casi todo. Cualquier pregunta podéis escribirla en los comentarios del vídeo o donde sea publicado el vídeo.
Myślę, że powiedziałem wszystko, bądź prawie wszystko, a jeśli macie jakieś pytania, to proszę zadajcie je pod tym wideo.
Gracias por vuestra atención.
Dziękujemy za Waszą uwagę.
Y gracias a ti, Milena.
Gracias a ti, Kalo. Dziękujemy.
Chao.
Ciao.